Hello, Orange family. Happy Friday to you. We are rolling into this weekend with an Orangetheory workout for you at home that is all about training those legs, core and arms. 3 big blocks focusing on those big movements. So it's definitely going to be a calorie burner for you as well. Looking to get you back in shape for the rowing. And can you believe we reopen our doors to our studios tomorrow? So make sure you get yourself booked in. Make sure you book in a coach one-to-one if you want one of those to talk to us about your goals. Really cannot wait to see you all in person. Tag us with what you're doing in these last few days in hashtag I Can I Will and hashtag Orangetheory at home. Can't wait to see you all very soon.
All right, team, it's time to get into another Orangetheory at home workout. But first, this is a reminder for you to grab your OTB heart rate monitor. That is so that you can track your workout performance and see when you get in that orange zone and you're able to maximize your workout performance. So we have 5 minutes in this dynamic warm-up, and it's time to get to it. Starting off with that squat to stand. Those feet are hip-width apart, sending those hips back. You're coming up after your hands go to the ground, and then you're going right back into that squat. After that, we're gonna move into a standing full body rotation. So that same set position, but this time your hand comes across the body and you're opening that arm up just like you're passing something to a friend, pivoting off that foot. Then you have a standing alternating halo. So you are going to need a weight for this, holding that right at the chest. You're gonna go around your head with that weight or that object that you're using. You're alternating sides for that one. Then we're gonna move into a Cossack squat. So feet are nice and wide, taking a big step out. That foot does come off the ground, and then you're shifting over to that other side, and that other foot will come off the ground. Last, alternating power skip. Let's go. So driving that knee towards the chest, you're coming up off the ground with that power and making sure you're landing nice and soft. 5 minutes in this block. Let's get that body warm, team.
All right, team. Let me ask Sean a question here. What's your favorite benchmark?
Clearly, it's a 2,000 meter row. Come on.
Obviously. Every day, more of us are getting back in studio, which makes my little orange heart so happy. But even if we're not in studio, we're gonna work on some endurance training that we can crush a 2,000 meter row. So this will be an 8-minute block, 2 rounds. We're gonna work for 45 seconds, earn 30-second rest in between. So let's get started. First exercise is a good morning tempo. So grab your weights. We're gonna tilt at the waist, chest to the floor, nice, slow, and controlled, engaging those hamstrings, coming back up. Lower slowly, pause, power it back up. Moving on to a front squat. Palms are gonna be facing in, weight in the heels. We're gonna sink into that full squat and stand, squeeze the glutes. Your option, you can always lighten your weight or limit your range of motion. Moving on, we have a hip hinge high row. So weight in the heels, hinging through those hips, lowering that belly button towards the floor. Pull your elbows nice and wide, palms towards the armpits, squeeze between those shoulder blades. You can always lighten your weight, limit your range of motion. And then the jump squat for power. Sinking into those heels, think about exploding up towards the ceiling, landing softly. Your option, eliminate the power or take it to the toes for a calf raise. Last, let's hit a little bit of core. Lying on the back, you're gonna lift the heels and the shoulders, hands behind the head, and we're gonna kick those feet up and down, small range of motion. Your option, bend the knees to shorten the lever. After all that, you got a 30-second rest and repeat. Let's get to work.
Swallowed by the echo air, we move from here to there. Just like children, we are free now. A magical moment with you. We found something real. We're not looking back at what's done or what's coming. We are here now, we have each other. And our hearts beat together. Oh, oh, oh,
Julia wants to do a little bit of an arm wrestling contest after we're done with this, so let's get her prepared on this one. We got 10 minutes of work, 5 total exercises. You ready to do this?
Yeah.
Let's rock and roll. We got 12 reps of a tricep dip using a chair. We've got our feet out at about a 90-degree angle, hands behind for support, bending to 90 degrees. Options, we can always bring the heels in a little bit closer. Next up, we have 6 reps per side of a lateral lunge to balance bicep curl. Stepping out to our side, framing that knee, driving the knee up, balancing on one foot as we perform our bicep curl. You'll have 6 per side. An option here, reduce the depth of your lunge. Next up, we've got 12 reps of an overhead tricep extension. Grabbing a heavier object, overhead, elbows close to the body, bending to a 90-degree angle at the elbows, driving through the triceps to your starting position. Options there, you can always reduce the depth. Next up, we have a hammer curl, but we're gonna add an iso sumo squat to it. We have 12 total reps. Feet wider than hip width, toes pointed out to a 45-degree angle with our neutral grip, squeezing at the biceps to curl those objects up to our chest, nice and controlled back to your starting position. Last but not least, we do have a little bit of core work on this block. 6 reps per side of a side plank pendulum. Julia's setting up on her forearm, elbows stacked underneath the shoulder, feet stacked on top of one another. A little bit goes a long way with our leg swing, raising our leg up, nice and controlled forward and back. Options here, you can always drop your bottom knee, but make sure those hips are raised. You've got 10 minutes to get this work in. Let's do it. The perfect recipe for a block: take a lot of core, sprinkle in a little bit of cardio, and you'll get what you're about to do. 6 minutes of work, 3 exercises. You're gonna do 30 seconds of each with 10 seconds to rest and transition to the next one. And just ready to go. We're gonna start off with a plank, palms to elbows. Starting in our high plank position, hands stacked underneath the shoulders, nice controlled, squeezing the glutes so the hips stay square, coming down to your forearms, then back up to your high plank position. An option here, drop down to your knees for the plank. Next up, we'll have 30 seconds of an alternating pop squat. Told you there'd be cardio. Feet hip width apart, heavy in the heels, dropping into your squat, then exploding, making a 90-degree turn to one side, hopping back, nice soft gentle landing into your squat. An option here, squat, pivot 90 degrees back to your starting position. Last but not least, we're gonna hit the deck for this one. Leg raise to a hip raise. Laying down, lower back in contact with the ground the entire time. Feet together, squeeze to keep the legs straight, controlled to a 90-degree angle. From there, raising our hips up, trying to get our toes to reach the ceiling. An option here, bend at the knees to reduce the lever. You got 6 minutes of work. Let's get going.
John, let's let your body cool down. 3.5 minute long flexibility block, starting off with a standing overhead triceps stretch. In your standing set position, raise one arm up over the sky, bend your elbow, and then gently pull on your elbow towards the center of your body. 20 seconds on each side here. Going right into a wrist extension stretch, extending one arm straight in front of you, palm up, fingertips down, and gently pull on your fingertips, stretching out your forearms. Going right into a quad stretch, bending your knees, driving your heels towards your glutes. Slow and controlled pause here, 20 seconds on each side. And for the grand finale, a toe reach. In your standing set position, hinging at your hips, reaching down towards your toes, or until your range of motion allows. Let's cool down, team.